Alright, so as promised, we're back with another video, and like I told you guys a couple episodes ago, we're going to be making this Power Ranger helmet. I got all the supplies over here, all the materials, and it's only going to cost you under $20 if you want to make this bad boy. Now if you've seen this thing online, they usually go for about $400 American, and this is $20 Canadian. It's like half price, $10. Let's jump right into it. So the first step, you're going to want to get yourself one of these. Now there's many different ways of getting it. You can either make it or you can buy it. Let's start with the making it. You can 3D print this thing, which is super easy, and you have a bunch of files online. You just download, put it in the printer, you're ready to go. Another way is sculpting it. Sculpting is fun, but you gotta be a little bit more artsy. Now the buying ways, which is what I did, I purchased this from Montreal Cosplay. Link in the description down below. If it's too expensive, you don't want to spend the money, you can just borrow one from a friend, go to a library or something, find it somewhere, borrow it, and then the next step, which is step number 2, we're going to mold and cast this and make a copy of it. So this is what we're starting with, and we're going to end up getting one of these. Once you make a mold, you can keep making it over and over and over again. So I got my stand over here. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to take the cast, we're going to put it on this stand, and I'm going to secure it with this glue gun. So here we go. And now that we got all the glue on top, I'm going to put the helmet and it should hold quite nicely. Get ready for it! We're making the mold. So right over here, I got my silicone mold materials from Smooth On. All we're going to be doing here is grabbing a bit of the liquid chemical, and we're going to be putting it all over the helmet. This is a 2-part silicone mold that you had to mix together, which I already did. Oh, and before I forget, I also added some red pigment so I can see what I'm doing. The mold, it's all done. I had to leave it overnight, but it looks great. Now you're probably noticing it's a different color than before. And the reason for this is every layer of mold that I add on top, I use a different color, just so I can see what I'm doing and make sure I didn't miss any spots. It's all dry, feels nice and smooth. It's great, it's ready to go. So next step, I got my plaster bandages. And what I'm gonna do with these is dump them in this bowl of water. Basically, after they're wet, I'm gonna put it on top of the mold and it's gonna start to harden, forming the mother mold. What the mother mold does is during the liquid pouring process, it keeps this mold nice and solid. Because right now it's soft. It doesn't bend because we got the helmet inside, but once we take the old cast out, it's going to be all flimsy. Hours later, we got a hardened mold. Now what we got to do is we got to cut it open, the mother mold, and then we have the regular mold that we also got to cut open. Cut open the mother mold and we got 2 pieces. Now I did it in 1 piece and I had to cut it apart and it got a little bit messy. What you want to do is sort of already have it in 2 pieces when you make the mold. Put like something in between to separate it while you're making the mother mold process. So now I'm gonna cut open the regular mold. Here we go. I'm gonna do a little cut in the back, not cut the whole thing, because this, you want to keep it as solid as possible. A little cut, just as much as I have to get the cast out. Just gonna remove the new cast from the mold. So here I got the original helmet, and here I got the mold that we just made. Got my safety goggles on because I didn't want anything to jump out at me. So now I got this bottle over here. We're finally ready to start pouring the plastic into the mold. And take these 2 containers, fill it up probably about here. One bottle for the yellow and one bottle for the blue part. It's got to be equal amounts. Then we're going to mix them together, throw them in the mold we just made, and we're going to start casting. Stirring this for about a minute, and once it's all mixed together properly, I'm going to throw it inside the mold. It's all black. So once this finishes drying, right now it looks a bit black. When we put it in the mold and it dries, it's going to look pretty gray. Alright, so now I'm roto casting. I'm turning the mold, making sure the plastic gets everywhere. Spin this thing around. Gotta get every spot in there if I want it to come perfect. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna let this thing harden and dry for, a couple hours. If you want to see what it looks like, tune into the next episode. It's gonna be released very soon. Next episode, we're gonna take out the cast. We're going to cut out the visor part, we're going to make a new visor, we're going to paint it. I'm going to show you all the steps to get to the final product. See you guys next week.